welcome back to week number 9, our final week together in Justin Brierley's book, Unbelievable. I sometimes wonder why God just doesn't somehow miraculously manifest himself to everyone. Why he doesn't just prove to us beyond a shadow of a doubt that he's real, maybe by some miraculous manifestation or visitation in person to each and every person on this planet to show that he really is a God who wants to save us and that he really exists. Wouldn't that make it so much easier? And I've mentioned too that sometimes people are surprised that it wasn't apologetics that ultimately brought me to God, to a saving faith in Christ. It was an experience. It wasn't that people wore me down over a long period of time by answering all the questions that I asked. It's simply a one-on-one encounter in which I finally said to God, I'm going to trust you and see what you can do. Justin Brierley says he's encountered many atheists who remain skeptical because they say that there simply isn't enough evidence of the existence of God. But when he asks them what kind of evidence would change their mind, they often reluctantly admit that no amount of proof would probably do the trick. I have a friend who's an atheist, and sometimes we dialogue back and forth about God. She'll make a statement about something that I posted about church or something like that, and she'll take issue with it. And we engage in a civil conversation about that. And if I am able to show that her reasoning or her accusation against Christianity is in error, if I'm able to tear down those arguments slowly by responding to them in a truthful way, she ultimately ends up landing on a familiar phrase that she uses to conclude many of our conversations. She says, Brad, I'm glad you found a belief that brings you comfort. But for me, I don't believe that. And it always troubles me when she says that because I don't think she really understands what she's saying about what I think and what I believe and my faith. Because it's really not about my belief. I might have a terrible terminal disease and believe that I'm healthy. That belief would bring me comfort, but it's not true. That belief would have no effect on whether or not I was going to live or I was going to die. And this is often true about our beliefs. We might believe something is true, and it is true. But our believing didn't make it true. And the fact that I believe in Christ and draw comfort from that isn't what makes Christ real. It's about something so much deeper than belief. It's about taking a step of trust, of saying, even if I don't completely believe this, I'm going to try it and see what happens. And think about your own lives. There have probably been times in your own life where you have not been completely convinced about something, but you tried it anyway. Maybe it was lima beans. And in doing so, you found out, you know what? My thoughts about this were wrong, but you didn't know that until you took that step. As we conclude Justin Brierley's book, it's important that we ask ourselves what we've learned about apologetics. But I think there's a more important question, and that is, what have we learned about engaging in conversations with skeptics? Thank you.